my father-in-law and the Spitfire. The crowd went silent. Not quiet. Silent. And as I looked at my father-in-law, tears were rolling down his cheeks. No sound, just the tears. I never understood what the Spitfire meant until I saw a grown man cry at an air show, and I'm still emotional about it. In England, we would go to air shows. These were places well known to the British and to those who had served alongside us in the war, such as the Canadians and the other allies. Places where history lived in the air. My husband's family went regularly. It was just what you did. A day out, stalls, old planes, families with their flask of tea, and then the Spitfire would take to the sky. British air show crowds, summer, the countryside. The first time I went with my husband's family, I noticed something strange. As the Spitfire began its aerobatics, the rolls, the climbs, the dives, the place fell silent. Not a gradual silence. The kind that presses against your ears. And as I looked at my father-in-law's face, I saw the tears flowing down his cheeks. No sound, no sobbing, just the tears, unchecked. He was not a dramatic man. He was steady, quiet. The kind of man who said little and meant everything he said. And here he was, tears rolling, and he didn't wipe them away. He didn't try to hide them. As I looked around, there were other men also staring into the sky. And as the Spitfire's engine roared, the other men quietly staring in front of them, but obvious that this wasn't a place where emotions would get checked, because the Spitfire, the iconic Spitfire, holds memories. My father-in-law didn't enter direct combat in the war. But the memories for him were not created on Hollywood film screens or from the studios of Pinewood in Britain. These are real memories. And as we see the Spitfire engine hovering, displaying, this is a time when men like my father-in-law would stand still and the tears would flow unchecked, because this carried memories. As I said, during the war, my father-in-law did not enter direct combat. He was too young for that. As you can see in this picture, he was part of the Home Guard. He lived and he served. He lived through it. He watched the skies. He heard the bombers. He knew what the Spitfire did. Not from movies, but from the windows of his own home, or as he walked in the streets doing his duty as a home guard. The Spitfire is symbolic to men and women of his generation. It wasn't just a plane, or it isn't just a plane. It was a thing that held the line. The sound of its overhead meant protection. It meant survival. It meant we're still here. So when the Merlin engine roared across the airfield and the crowd fell silent, though it weren't watching an aerobatic display, they were remembering. Every person standing there, my father-in-law among them, carried the weight of what that sound meant to them, to their families, to the people they lost. I'm emotional even thinking about him, and so many men and women of his generation, and those tears that rolled down his cheeks unchecked. He never talked about it much after that. We didn't ask. Some things don't need explanation. They just need a silence. And the Spitfire fly past, and someone beside you who understands. So thank you for being a part of this story. If you have someone in your life who carries memories like this, I'd love to hear about them in the comments. And if you'd like to hear more true stories about people who love something deeply, subscribe. There are more stories to come. Thank you for watching and partaking in this video of this very special memory of this special man and his memory of the Spitfire. Thank you. I'll see you on the next video.